Hello, my dear friends. I hope you all are safe. Today, again, we are here to discuss a very important phenomena of magnetism, that is electromagnetic induction. My dear friends, this phenomena is very much important for our day-to-day life also. The two very known devices to you which works upon the same principle of electromagnetic induction are the transformer and the electrical generator, which we call it as a dynamo also. So we have an experimental setup again to demonstrate the phenomena of electromagnetic induction, and at the end we will see how this phenomena takes place. In my previous classes we had a discussion that the flow of electric current, the flow of charge produces the magnetic field around it, and to verify this we had an experiment, a Forsted experiment, and the solenoid also we have seen in my previous lectures, that solenoid also produces the magnetic field around it, which is equivalent to the bar magnet also. Today we are going to discuss how the magnetic field produces the electric current, just a vice versa. Earlier we have seen the electricity or the flow of charge, or the electrical flow of charge produces the magnetic field, whereas today we are going to discuss how magnetic field produces electricity. In my first class also I told you that electricity and magnetism are the interdependent phenomena. So without wasting much time, let us start with the topic electromagnetic induction. Before starting with the electromagnetic induction, we have to discuss a little bit about magnetic flux also. In previous class, we had a discussion on magnetic field and magnetic field lines, and I told you that magnetic field is the region around any magnet up to which it has its magnetic effect, whereas the magnetic field lines are the pictorial representation to present the magnetic field, to show the magnetic field of any magnet. Before starting with the electromagnetic induction, we will have a little discussion on magnetic flux, because this is a very important terminology to discuss the electromagnetic induction. So what magnetic flux actually is? Magnetic flux is the number of magnetic field lines crossing a particular area in a normal direction. Again, I am repeating, what is magnetic flux? Magnetic field lines crossing a particular area in a normal direction, in a perpendicular direction, is called magnetic flux. Suppose here I have drawn this black arrows indicates the uniform magnetic field indicated by B vector. Here I have drawn two areas. One is with a blue color marked as A1, and second is with a red color marked as A2. Now suppose if you see, these magnetic field lines are crossing both the areas, A1 and A2 both. But since A1 is large as compared to A2, so obviously the larger number of magnetic field lines crossing through A1 as compared to A2. Since A1 is larger as compared to A2, so more number of magnetic field lines will pass through A1 as compared to A2. So we may say that the magnetic field lines or the magnetic flux linking with area A1 is more as compared to A2. So what we will say? We'll say magnetic flux with A1 is more as compared to A2. So what is magnetic flux actually? Magnetic flux is nothing but the number of magnetic field lines only crossing a particular area. The formula for finding the magnetic flux is phi, this is the symbol phi, is equals to B dot A, that is B into A, where B stands for magnetic field and A stands for the area through which magnetic field lines are crossing. Now there are two possibilities, so many possibilities are there, but we are discussing only two possibilities. That is enough to understand the basics of magnetic flux. Suppose we have an area, I will show you that I have a module. This diagram is like this. I have taken an area, and this is the magnetic field line. So that if this area is like this and the magnetic field line, so many magnetic field lines are crossing through this area. So the number of magnetic field lines crossing this area, linking to this particular area, is called magnetic flux. There is a possibility that the magnetic field lines may cross like this also, like in angular direction. For class 10 students, this is enough. Phi is equals to BA and the definition of magnetic flux. But when we talk about class 12, there comes an angular parameter also. Okay, suppose this is your area and the magnetic flux or the magnetic field lines is crossing like this. I have drawn here also. The area is like this and the field line is like this. So this area is making an angle theta with the magnetic field lines. So in that case, the formula for flux will be phi is equals to BA and cosine of theta, that is cos theta. I have written the important values of cos here. Cos 0 degree is 1, cos 90 degree is 0, cos 180 degree is minus 1. So this is just a brief discussion on magnetic flux. I have drawn here a bar magnet also. We discussed in the last class about this magnetic field lines of a bar magnet. So here also you can see if we take this particular area, so the number of magnetic field lines crossing this area is less as compared to this area. Let us mark it as AX and AY. So the magnetic flux linking with AX is less as compared to AY because less number of magnetic field lines are crossing AX and more number of magnetic field lines are crossing AY. So again, what is magnetic flux? Magnetic flux is nothing but the magnetic field lines crossing a particular area in a normal direction. It is called magnetic flux. Now we are going to discuss a very important phenomena, that is electromagnetic induction. We discussed about magnetic flux. Magnetic flux is the number of magnetic field lines crossing a particular area. Now suppose this is your coil. This is your coil and magnet is moving towards this coil. So when the magnet is moving towards this coil, so the magnetic flux linking or associating with this coil will increase or decrease, whatever. If it is moving towards the coil, so it will increase. If it is moving away from the coil, so it will decrease. In both the cases, magnetic flux will change, either increase or decrease. So whenever a magnetic flux, that is magnetic field lines, linking with the coil or linking with the conductor changes, then the EMF and the current is induced in the coil. And this phenomena is called electromagnetic induction. Again, I am repeating, whenever a magnetic flux linking with the conductor changes, then the EMF and the current is induced in the coil, and this phenomena is called electromagnetic induction. Here we have this coil. I have drawn 4 diagrams, 4 cases I have drawn. We will discuss one by one. In first case, north pole of the bar magnet is moving towards the coil. I have just drawn the few lines here, not the complete field lines of the bar magnet. North pole is moving towards the coil. Here I have written V naught equals to 0. That means there is a relative motion between the bar magnet and the coil. If coil is like this and if the bar magnet is moving like this, so there is a relative motion. Whenever there is a relative motion, there will be a change in magnetic flux, obviously. And whenever there will be a change in magnetic flux, the magnetic flux linking with the conductor changes. Either it will decrease or increase depending upon the direction of the motion, and the EMF and the current is induced in the coil. This phenomena is called electromagnetic induction. In first case, north pole is moving towards the coil, so the magnetic flux linking with the conductor, that is coil, will increase. In second case, it is moving away from the coil, so it will decrease. In third case, south pole is moving towards the coil, so again the magnetic flux linking with the conductor changes, that is increasing. And in fourth case, again the south pole is moving away from the coil, so the deflection will be observed in this galvanometer. Here G is indicating galvanometer. Galvanometer is a sensitive device which is used to detect the presence of current. Here if you can see in this complete arrangement, there is no external supply is connected. So the electricity is produced with the help of changing magnetic field. This phenomena is called electromagnetic induction, which is used in electric generator and transformer. So many other devices are also there. So this is the complete phenomena of electromagnetic induction. Now we have seen that the current will induce, but what will be the direction of current? That is also important. In which direction the current will circulate? Anti-clockwise, clockwise, what? So again we have a clock rule. In my previous class also we had a discussion on clock rule. Here the reason of the reason of the electromagnetic induction is the moment of the north pole towards the coil. Here north pole is moving away from the coil, so either it will increase or decrease, but there should be change. Whenever there will be a change in the magnetic flux linking with the conductor, then the EMF and the current will be induced in the coil. So if the circulation of current in the coil will be in anti-clockwise direction, again I have written this N just to remember this. If the circulation of current will be in anti-clockwise direction, then we can say that the north polarity will be induced. If the circulation of current will be in clockwise direction, then the south polarity will be induced in the coil. Now how will you determine that whether north polarity or south polarity will be induced? For that we have Lenge's law. Now what Lenge's law says? Lenge's law says the direction of induced current will be in such a way that it opposes its own cause of production. Again I am repeating, Lenge's law states that the direction of induced current, Lenz law is used to find out the direction of induced current. So the direction of induced current will be in such a way that it opposes its own cause of production. Now if you see in first case, what is the cause of production of induced current? The moment of north pole towards the coil. So how this coil will oppose the motion of this bar magnet? By inducing north pole, then only this north-north will repel. So if the north pole is moving towards the coil, the north polarity will be induced on the coil, then only the cause of production. The cause of production in first case is the moment of north pole towards the coil. So which polarity will be induced? North polarity will be induced. That means the direction of current will be anti-clockwise. In second case, if you see, north pole is moving away from the coil. Now what is the cause of production of induced current in the second case? The moment of north pole away from the coil. So what will be the tendency of the coil? To attract it. Okay, to attract it. So to attract north pole, which polarity will be induced? South polarity will be induced. Okay, Lenge's law states that the induced current will circulate in such a way that it opposes its own cause of production. In first case, the cause of production is the moment of north pole towards the coil. So to oppose this phenomena, north pole will be generated so that the bar magnet should move away. In second case, the north pole is moving away from the coil, so the tendency of the current in the coil to attract it. In third case, again the south pole is moving towards the coil, so again to oppose it, which polarity will be induced? South polarity will be induced. Then only south will repel each other. In fourth case, if you see, south pole is moving away from the coil, so the tendency of the coil will be to attract it. So which polarity will be induced? North polarity will be induced. So north polarity, that means anti-clockwise circulation of induced current will be there. South polarity, that means clockwise circulation of current will be there. Now whenever there will be no relative motion, if a magnet and a coil is kept stationary, if a magnet is not moving, if a magnet is not moving towards the coil, there will be no change in flux. When there will be no change in flux, there will be no induced current. That means no phenomena of electromagnetic induction takes place. I hope that this phenomena is very much clear to you. Magnetic induction, electromagnetic induction means the changing magnetic flux linking with the conductor or a coil produces electricity, that is induced current. That means magnetic field is producing current. Lenge's law is used to find the direction of current. Lenz law says that the direction of circulation of current or the direction of current, induced current, will be in such a way that it opposes its own cause of production. So whatever the cause will be, the tendency of the current is to oppose it. Okay. So this is all about the phenomena of electromagnetic induction. Now we will see the demonstration whether actually it is the phenomena is taking place or not, whether the changing magnetic flux is producing the electricity or the induced current or not. So the setup is ready for you again. Let us enjoy the electromagnetic induction. Now if you see here, dear, here we have a galvanometer. You can see here it is written Galvo. It is a DC moving coil, so it is a galvanometer, which is a very sensitive device to detect the presence of current. And this is the coil which I have made with approximately 250 turns to see whether the current is inducing or not. Okay, so we are going to see that how the relative motion between the coil and the magnet. We have these magnets, so we are going to have a relative motion between the magnet and the coil, so that the magnetic flux linking with the coil, this is the coil, changes, and we'll see whether deflection is taking place or not. I'm not bothered about the extent of deflection, whether it is deflecting so much or not. If slight deflection is also taking place, my purpose is over. Okay, so let us see whether the phenomena of electromagnetic induction is taking place or not. Now here I have connected the two ends, open ends of the coil to the two ends of the galvanometer indicated by red and black. When I am keeping this magnet stationary, if you see in the galvanometer, when I am keeping this magnet stationary inside this coil, there is no deflection in the coil, no deflection in the galvanometer. But as soon as I move it inside, just observe very carefully, because very minor deflection will be there because I don't have a very strong magnet. So if you see this, when I move this magnet inside the coil, very slight deflection will be there. I think you are able to see this deflection. Now if you see here, there is no external supply. So from where this deflection is coming from? From where this deflection is taking place? Due to the changing magnetic field of this bar magnet linking with this coil. Okay, the magnetic field, the magnetic flux, the magnetic field lines linking with this conductor, this coil changes, due to which the deflection is taking place. Now if you see one more thing, when I am putting it down, the deflection is in left hand side. When I am taking it back up, the deflection will be in right hand side. Again, see it here. Just a minute. Yes. Okay, so see, if I'm putting it up and down, the galvanometer is vibrating in left right direction. Okay, so that means the direction of motion of a bar magnet changes the direction of current. Okay, so this is very much clear that the changing magnetic field will produce the electric current. Again, I am showing it to you. See the deflection. More fastly you will move inside the coil, more rapidly the current will be produced in the galvanometer. You can see the deflection. Okay, see. In these four diagrams also, if you see, in first case the north pole is moving towards the coil, and in the second case north pole is moving away from the coil. In both the cases the direction of current will be reversed. In first case north pole is inducing, in second case south pole is inducing. That means in first case anti-clockwise current will be there, and second case clockwise current will be there. If you see third and fourth case, again south pole is moving towards, south pole is moving away in third and fourth cases. So when a south pole is moving towards, south pole is induced. When south pole is moving away, north pole is induced according to Lenge's law. So again the direction of current changes. So if the direction of motion of the magnet changes, the direction of current also changes. And when there will be no change in magnetic flux, no current will be induced in the coil. So this is all about electromagnetic induction. Okay, thank you. See you in the next class.